Did you see him? Okay. Hi, how's it going, everyone? This is Mark Street 1. We are going to look at Tesla and what happens. They do streams. Well, yeah, it's stream snipe. They come in, they follow, and they'll take the opposite side of the trade here. Pushed it down. This pushed it down. Pushed it down here. And now it's breaking down completely. So I had a little bit of a gap up today. But now we are in a zone where it's showing full red. So it's not a very good sign. It wasn't a good sign when I saw this. You know, as we discussed yesterday. It's unfortunate that it kept dropping down. Came up here, but that's just almost like a fake pull. Yeah, so it comes here, a fake bounce, I guess you could say. Then it drops. So yeah, Brucey was coming in, but he did the push here. I don't know, bears, they just keep coming in numbers. Look at it. And they got a lot of money too, so you can consider hedge funds. And the type of funds that they have. So if they want to run it down, they can run it down if they want. This thing looks like it's pretty weak, but you know, when is it gonna catch? Is it gonna catch? We don't know. So you have to be moving in and out kind of at the same time as you're watching other things. It's very important. You have to be able to multitask and make quick decisions, because as we spoke yesterday, see right here within these candles, they're 1 minute candles, okay? But within this right here, this small little thing, and see, this happens often, right? Right here, it goes here, and then it keeps going. But when it comes, you know, to these, those are shredding the premium. So if you look at the premium, as of yesterday, you know, on the way up, they were moving, they were barely moving. The ones on the outside, the out of bounds ones, these are out of bounds pretty much. They were barely moving on this push. Okay, so, but at the turn, there's a lot of people buying out of bounds. Okay. Look at this. 26,000 volume. Okay, so if people are buying out of bounds, they, you know, there's a lot of things. There's people, they buy naked calls. There's people that buy naked puts, which means it's open-ended. It's either, you know, and it's just they buy and it's naked. Naked meaning they're not owning the underlying stock. So if you're short and you're worried about, if you're short the stock, which is currently $712.80 per share, if you're short the stock, underlying asset, which is just buying shares or shorting shares, you're shorting shares to hedge it, a safer play, you could buy some outside ones. Because if it goes that far against your short, your underlying portion, then this is protecting you. It's hedging you. It's not, you know, if there's a huge drop or a huge upswing, you know, there's two sides, right? You can buy, if you're holding the shares here, well, here, 714 say, to hedge it, to hedge a huge drop in the stock without you having time to really run around and try to manage your trade or something like that, you can go out of bounds here on the puts, right? So if there's a huge drop and you're owning the underlying asset, now these puts are going to protect you, because if it comes, say you bought at 712 and you drop down to 6, say it goes to 675, let's call it there. Say for instance, if we went to 675, now that would be premium. It's considered premium. So it's if you look at it, you can look at it as an insurance contract. And a lot of it is to protect. So you're paying $281 times 100 shares. One contract. One contract is $277, and that's you know you're hitting. So there's a spread, right? If you get in and you feel like, oh well, I don't think it's going to drop down, so maybe you want to sell. If you start seeing it go up, if you see this price start going up, and you don't think it's going to come back, you can get rid of your hedge, which is here. Okay, now one contract of 675 is 100. And you would hit the bid to get in, so it's 291 times 100, okay? So that is kind of how that works. So you're spending roughly $300 to protect from a 675 drop. Now you calculate how many shares that you're owning here. You see, it's still dropping down, right? And this premium is increasing, so you're protecting yourself. Now, how much is the protection? Now, that comes down to how much are you willing to pay to protect your share position. Some people, I mean, there's different approaches, right? There's some people that will just buy the shares and they won't really protect in any way. So, yeah, there's no hedge. If you short, say you're short at this price and you're afraid of a huge gap up, there's a net, you expect that there might be an announcement or something like that comes out, and then this just all of a sudden shoots up to here, right? It's kind of a, this is the chain, this is the options chain, and it moves accordingly to up and down. And now there's a lot of different factors that come into play. There's the delta, there's the gamma, there's the rho, there's the vega. There's what is there? Yeah, I mean, we're not going to just try to hit you with all of them right now. But point being is that you have to know that those exist. You have to learn them, okay? But right now, people buy. Okay, say you wanted to try to play a bounce. You think that's not bouncing. Yeah, like it can honestly come down here. So, if you're playing a bounce and you say, you're going to start buying some shares here, you're going to start buying some shares here, and you stop and you go full line, you take a full line here, and you want some protection, so you would buy here And if you have shares, you're on this side. You have shares. You don't have option shares on the chain, but you have underlying asset shares. And now the approach with that is you have all the time in the world to make decisions. Now, time can work against you if you confuse yourself. You know, sometimes you can be in a winning position and just hold on too long to where it's now going on a downtrend. So it'll start eating into your profit. And then you'll be approached with a different decision. Am I willing to take less, or just hanging in there for, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or, 1 year and 1 day? But 675 or any of these, okay, any of these where you need protection, what you're willing to spend, what makes sense to you, all those variables. Okay, so underlying asset is here. You're buying and you get protection here. Now that 675 is $4 because it's going down. So you have protection. And the 675 number is here. So, if it starts coming way down here, now your underlying asset that you own the shares is going to be going down. It's going to be going red. It's going to be going against you. You are going to feel that. So if you have protection, it's coming down. You're hedging it by making some of your underlying asset losses back, right? So you go from 3. If you bought it at 3, now it's 375. You're making 75 cents. But you also got to know that this runs out of time on August 6th. It doesn't run out of time if you own the shares or if you're shorting the shares. So if you're short here, a better short would have been here. If you're short from 726 and you see kind of what's going on, you can hold short. Could it bounce and shoot up to 760 where you're kind of stuck at 726 if you're short? Yes. Those things happen. Does it go here and can come all the way down here? If you were, say for instance, if you were to buy your shares here around this area and tomorrow it comes down here, yes, that can happen too. So know that those exist. Don't pay too much attention on that. But so what we're trying to do is underlying asset. You're like around here. You have protection. 3 to 390. You're making 90 cents. But realistically, you're making only 70 cents because if you were to sell your protection for every contract, it is getting out. You would probably have to scale out on the 370 unless you think this is going to keep increasing. Then you can set your sell and hopefully it'll hit to that point. Say you think, okay, I think I could probably get like 350. 450. And you can put that on the ask. Ask and bid is completely different. So right now, if you want to just look at it from a general standpoint, 375 and 360. If you get in at 370, you can get out at 360 right now. Okay? And we're just focusing on that because that's the numbers that we're just kind of putting into the discussion. These were out of bounds. And the reason why that the volume was high is because if you're thinking from, well, why is it going down? Well, there might be a lot of short interest. Okay? If they're shorting shares and they shorted shares from that 726 level, which is right here, if they're shorting from around this area yesterday, on a short-term basis, then they can go out of bounds, which is over here, and spend like a low amount of money to protect their short. That's why. That's why you see it. Now, this is not always indicative of what is, of directional movement. You can take these things into consideration. You can also look at it as there's a lot of buyers, and these, this volume is saying, oh, there's so many people that, okay, oh yes, there's so many people buying. That means it's going to go up. That is not true. Okay, so just throw that out the window. Just know that it exists. And you have to think about the psychology behind who's buying it. That's a lot of, that's a lot of weight. There's a lot of money going in there. You can look at these levels too, 660. So also you can look at it as there's people buying shares too. And out here, it's out of bounds, right? But they're buying it. Okay. Another look at even down here. That's a whole bunch. So now if you want to take a look at that situation, I mean, that's only open interest. That's different. And we can go over that. But, okay, volume. This is actually what's going through today. Okay, so if you want to see where the directional movement is going, then you can, the directional movement is the directional movement. It's going to move however it's going to move. Now, you can't force your will upon what you think it's going to do. Okay, so what do we go over first? The reasons why people buy the chain, the options chain, why people buy options. Okay, now that's one set. There's people that they own shares, they own the underlying asset, and to protect themselves, they buy protection in case of a drop. Okay, there's people that short from this. They short the underlying stock asset, and they buy on this side, which is the calls, to protect against their short. There's things like synthetic positions, and that's real advanced. But from this perspective, what we're trying to do is just get a basic laydown of kind of taking a look at the field and seeing what's out there. Okay, now another set of buyers. They buy naked calls. They buy naked options, which is open-ended. They just buy, and they don't own the underlying asset. They're not short the underlying asset. So, from that perspective, some people only buy one side, all calls, right? However many, And right now we're just doing this is because just trying to show that this is kind of where it is. This is kind of what we're working with right now. So that's why we're looking at this. Now you can look further down the chain and look for more time. You could see the premium is higher, okay? But for this lesson, this is kind of this discussion is what we're talking about. So people do buy open-ended options. People buy open-ended puts. So they just buy it, and they hope for it to increase and sell it at at another day in the week or same day. There's all those sort of things. So you have to know that those exist. Those are buyers there. That's another set of buyers. So first there was the underlying asset, then they have the hedge. Either way, if they're short the stock, they're going to hedge on this side. If they're long the stock, if they're a bull on the stock and they own the underlying asset, they're going to hedge this way. Okay, that's one set of buyers. The second set of buyers is going to be here. They just buy any of these things. I'm just putting it here because I'm just putting it there. So if you want to buy the chain, like the second set of buyers is open-ended or just naked. So they'll just buy it and hope to sell it at some other time for more of an amount than what they bought it for. Sometimes it goes lower, so then they'll have to sell it for a loss, right? Or just hold it to the end. August 6th is right around the corner, right? So if it's right around the corner, this premium is affected by those different Greeks that we were speaking of. So, it's considered Greeks because there's like Delta, Rho, Vega, and they have intrinsic value, extrinsic value. Yeah, you have to know that those exist and that those are different buyers. Now, there's also naked put buyers, only naked, right? That's as simple as it can get, right? You buy here, or any of these. You buy if you think it's going to continue to go down, and you buy at 655, and you hope that it goes to any amount, set $10, and you sell it. So, but you can't focus on that. You have to focus on just understanding the fact that they can buy naked, and it's just they're gonna buy it, and then they're gonna just hold on to it and hopefully sell it for when the chain moves to like right here. I mean, you can go right here. It can go, but it also can go to zero too. So you have to know, and that's what I was speaking about earlier too, is that there's out of bounds. These are out of bounds. Right? So they get shredded on the premium a lot faster than these ones, but you're paying a lot more here. So that comes into value, and you'll be able to fill that out as you go along. So placement is important. You stay in bounds, you have a chance to make decisions. Of course, out here you can buy more, but you get shredded a lot quicker. You have time. You have percentage per move. You have implied volatility. That's the Greeks and how they affect the price of the option. Okay, so now, is she going to bounce? So then that comes into the psychology of both sides. You have to understand both sides. Just know both sides exist. And you can be a referee? I don't know. You have to know that both sides exist. Okay, so here. Okay, so that was this. Okay, so now we're at buying the underlying asset, hedging here, shorting the underlying asset, and hedging here. Okay, and now Secondly, there's people that just buy here and hope to sell it for more. If it can move the chain, they try to sell it for more. Just buy the option and sell the option later, at a later given time. Could be a minute. It could be, it could be a day. It could take 4 days. It could go to 0. Both sides, they can just shred both sides. So, same thing with this. Buying a naked put. Buy here in hopes to sell it maybe around here or here or here. Some people hold until expiration. Okay. And then now there's a third set of buyers too on the options chain. They're going to play maybe inbounds. They're going to play, so they're going to buy here, and they'll kind of get like a middle. They'll buy it. There's a lot of different kind of plays that you can do if you think what where you want to go with it. So they can buy out of, like, real out of bounds. They can play here and out here. And there's also things that you can do as far as selling these. Okay? So if you're owning the underlying asset, say you own the underlying asset, and you want to sell some of these. It's called a covered call. Okay. Now, say you did that, and it went all the way up here. You're gonna lose. They have things called, like, you might have to give up your share. So there's a lot of different things. I mean, we're stepping. We're going out of bounds there. It's probably, it might be a little bit too much at that point, but yeah, it's worth a mention, because and there's people that sell these. These exist because someone's selling them. Someone's writing the contract. So yeah, and then there's all different kinds of plays. So you can look at this, and that'll bring us back. So you can look at this and say, oh wow, there's so much, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna go straight up, or it's gonna come to this level. You can't look at it. It's not indicative. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty much a nutshell. In a nutshell. But it gets very complicated, right? And it gets very advanced. But when you learn it, you can make money. So we talk about what we talking about? We're talking about practice. Talking about practice. So 745 moon kick, right? You can get to the moon, but it's not as simple as you think, and how people try to market that out there. There's ways you can learn it, but you have to learn it from people that are really trying to give you that information, pass that on to you. So there's people that'll say, yeah, I trade, I'm a trader, and blah, 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 this and that. No, but I don't know. You can make your own decisions, but what I'm going to say about that is that there are a lot that will tell you they trade, they know how to trade, but they won't explain anything to you. All they're going to want you to do is follow them into trades, and you won't know what the heck is coming. So, and that's not a way to make it in anything in life. You can't just follow people and especially in the stock market, you follow, you're gonna be part of the flock. You don't want to be part of the flock. So yeah, it can be done, but you have to learn the different instruments. You have to learn all the different strategies. All these, there's a lot of marketers. I'm not saying all of them, but a majority of them are going to just, oh, this and they try to approach the whole thing with, fancy cars, this and that, and you can get this. And, it's pretty much, and they say, oh, it's not a great get rich quick scheme, blah blah blah, but what they're selling and they're trying to promote is, yeah, this is the lifestyle. So and they're not really traders. If they were traders, I would respect it. Okay, if they were actual traders, and you can tell that, yes, they're traders. They actually trade. They actually have skin in the game to where it's, they own investments. They own underlying stocks. They own this, and they got to a certain point, and with that, it comes through hard work. There's not many people that are willing to teach the realness of the stock market and trading and investing. So all I'm saying is, there is a lot that just run their mouth and are going to tell you, yes, you can make millions, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's all it is. It's just talk. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not trying to be negative. So, I really want to teach people and show people the mindset that it takes to get to a certain point, and going to be trying to focus on teaching real instruments and real strategies. It's not simple. So yeah, I'm not going to promise everyone the world, but if there's people that really want to learn, you can learn. And there's intuition kind of things that that you have to work on. It's not real simple, okay? That's why it is true that not everyone is going to make it. And I guess if you are a teacher, if you are if you are actually trying to teach somebody about something from your experiences and what you learn, then and you're trying to do that for people, I don't even know what I'm trying. I forgot now. So, yeah, as you can tell, like, I'm not really a teacher. As far as, like, I need to work on that. So yeah. Yeah, nobody. I don't know. So yeah, bring it back here. Just know that those exist. Look, and this thing is tanking, so it's gonna continue. I seen it. I seen it from here that I'm like, so I just, this thing was choking. All the out of bounds plays were just sitting there, collecting buyers, but not really increasing. Just kind of hit a plateau, and so you can feel that. Okay, so back here. All right, what's running right now?
Steve.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. Thank you. Um, mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, like chat rooms and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, they try to charge, I don't know, lots of money, and all they get really is just people that are just trying to follow what, what plays that they do. Yeah. Definitely. It's out there. It really is terrible. There's a lot of people that get hurt. I don't know if there's a way, because you also know that there's just people out there that are going to do that no matter what. Instead of trying to learn and take the true route of, I guess, everything, right? So, I mean, you can't also control people's behavior too. People are gonna do what they're going to do no matter what. So, I mean, that gets into a tough kind of situation, right? So, yeah, definitely, it does. So I guess, yeah, you can promise Lambos and try to, that's just trying to feed off of inhibitions. Where is it? Hmm. Yeah, you can't think negatively about that, or focus all your attention on that, definitely. But yeah, I mean, mhm. Mhm. So you got to wait it out. Wait this out. Wait these out. You got to look for entries. Up goes up, shot goes down. Ooh, look at this spy. Pretty big red wick on both sides. The deck, the spy, fix. The UPST, it ran this morning, now it's red. No. Is still accumulating. Oh yeah. Didn't update it. Good job. He didn't. He didn't. I didn't. So yes, there's ways you can go and print. You can print money, but it's not easy. So let's focus on laying the foundation and and to be able to get the footwork in. And remember, it's practice. You gotta practice and practice and practice and practice. You have to want it so bad that you can learn. And once you learn, then there's no stopping you. But you're not gonna get there by following people into trades. Yeah, so if you're just coming back, we're just so we're looking at this. This was yesterday. It's choking out today. Snow is on the move today. Uh, we have BNTX kind of stuck in a place where it wants to make a decision whether it wants to come down to this 50 moving average. Yeah, so we're gonna take a break. Be right back. Let me put
VP.
Let me put that on for you.
CRSR, 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 ALKS, G, ALKS, ALKS, G, VXRT, VXRT, BP, Hood, Hood, VSTO, Hood, VSTO, VXRT, 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 EQNR, BP.
Yeah,
Sava,
we'll be right back.
Sava, VXRT, 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 EQNR, VSTO, TEX, BP, VSTO, ALKS, IXC, VSTO, TEX, EQNR, BP, TEX, BP, BP, CMA, TEX, ETRN, BP, ETRN, IXC, CTVA, CTVA, CMA, HFC, ETRN, VXRT, VXRT, ETN, ETN. ETN, EXPD, ETN, LKQ, LKQ, ETN, ETN, VXRT. Alto, EXPD. PFE, PFE. Warren. All I, all I, all I, all I, all I, SPWH. Hood, 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 Hood. Omi. Hood, 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 Hood. ABB. IQV. SPWH. ABB. SPWH. Hood, 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 Hood. CRSR, 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 VXRT, CRSR, VXRT, 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 Hood, 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 ABB, Hood, 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 UA, 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 UAA, UA, Hood, 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 USDY, UA, Hood, UA, Hood, UAA, VXRT, UA, 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 VXRT UA Hood UA Hood UA.
How you doing?
UA.
Sorry about that.
VXRT UA VXRT VXRT UAA Hood UA Hood UAA RFP
Yeah, don't be
ABB
don't be lured by promises of the of the world and you can make millions. You can make it. You can really go to the moon, but it takes hard work and dedication. You can call it an obsession,
RFP
but it's something that can better you as a person. It can better how you treat people that you come in contact
TRN,
with.
VXRT
There's always
VXRT,
been a lot of
FND,
negativity,
FND,
right? There's always
VXRT,
that
VXRT, FND,
that negative
FND,
portion that exists.
FND, XRT, FND, FND,
Now, how you deal with those things and what you do to try to change
TSP,
or help
FSP,
people
TSP,
is
FND,
important.
FND,
And it can be done.
FNDBY, FNDBY, JWN, ODFL, ODFL,
I mean, my
FND,
belief is, yeah,
VY,
if you can help
VXRT.
people learn how to be financially fluid
EVH,
and actually get to a point where they actually go to the moon.
FND,
Well, how far does Bezos go? 10 minutes? But yeah, I mean, if
FND.
you get to a certain point
VXRT,
and you learn all these things,
VXRT,
you're gonna
FND,
start to feel it.
VXRT.
So yeah, you can get to the moon, but it's not gonna be. It's not
Mime.
gonna be easy. There, you
Mime.
know. So
Mime.
it's not all about this following the shiny objects. Shiny objects are going to maybe motivate you to start learning,
GRMN,
but
GRMN,
the actual
GRMN.
learning comes from
GRMN, GRMN,
A real-
GRMN,
someone that's really gonna teach you how to do these things.
IT, GRMN, GRMN,
So, yeah. Snow. Where you going, Snow?
CNP,
I don't know.
GRMN,
Take a look at her. 336. Yeah, this is all.
FLGT, GRMN, FLGT,
This is all
FLGT,
fake bouncing, fake bouncing,
FLGT,
fake bouncing.
FLGT,
If it does come down here, that'll be almost to the penny kind of call,
LBTYK, LBTYK,
but it might not.
Ease, CNP, CTSH,
Apollo series amplifiers offer a boost for busters with fusion audio systems. Purpose-built marine amplifier range
MIME,
increases
MIME,
power and optimizes performance. Okay.
LVRT, FTCV, CNP, work,
1,000 low volume.
work,
So this is a monthly because it's a month out.
work,
There's no
Work.
weeklies.
MMM,
It's not a week out.
MIME,
Expiration. This is expiration. Here is here. Here is here. There is there. Whatever that
MMM.
means.
MMM,
But
MMM,
it means that it's low volume. So I wouldn't touch that right now. Yeah, sometimes the low volume ones, the ones that have the monthlies, if we're approaching the expiration and this premium's really shredded, yeah, it can go up.
FLGC,
It can have, it depends on what comes out. I mean, this could continue. Yes, it could. It can also fall off a cliff and be down in its 200 moving average, exponential moving average right here. Yeah, use the Hashis. Okay. Yes. Yes, he does.
ALSN, ALSN.
Snow. Snow goes up. It's still kind of pushing up. Let's put that up on the main
SPLB.
right here for you.
IGLB, SPLB, MIME, MIME.
Now it's pretty important what it does right here.
ALSN. OMI, 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 OMI.
So if the pitch is coming straight down the pipe now,
MIME.
then it's kind of easy to see, right? But if they throw a curveballs can confuse you a little bit.
G.
It could just be straight into the gutter. Throw a gutter ball. But
G.
from the looks of it, since
G.
it should have some continuation. Let's see here.
LBTYK, LBTYK, LBTYK.
Yeah, so as we were discussing, so yes, this may, you know, these might be out of bounds. We'll see. $2.95, $2.90.
DLPN, DLPTYK, DLPN, DLPTYK, LBTYK, 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 DPZ, Fo.
Yeah.
Cube.
Yeah, there's a nice mover
LBTYK.
on open premium.
DPZ, DPZ, DPZ.
I'm not just gonna hand it
DPZ.
out because that's
DPZ, DPZ,
really not what we're
DPZ, DPZ,
trying to accomplish here.
DPZ, DPZ, DPZ,
Stream snipers.
DPZ.
You gotta battle them somehow. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But hit that like button.
Omi,
Oh, you did? Okay.
Omi,
Or whatever. Follow. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trying to get that message out is pretty important for people. You can help people do wonderful things. What they do with it, it's up to them, right? If they, you know, if they just want to be
Omi,
they want to do it for
DPZ, DPZ,
they can fulfill their goals
GFI,
and do whatever they want with it.
GFI,
Whatever. So they can use it to help people, which would be
DPZ,
great.
DPZ, 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 FLGT,
I couldn't ask for anything more.
FLGT, FLGT.
Treat people well. Do nice things for people. It'll be fun, but let's have some fun. Let's have some fun while we're doing it. All right. So, Snow, let's go. Keep it moving. BNTX. Shredded. Getting stuck after that 353 hit. Now it's fading off. Does it want to come to the 330? Does it want? No, I don't think so.
BMY, BMY, BMY. WETF. DLTR. DLTR, 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 DLTR.
Yeah, I'm in 230. Continue up. Yeah, that's where.
BMY.
Let's say around 300 is
FLGT.
damn it. Could be there too.
NEM.
I don't think it's coming down. We'll have to see.
XYL. XYL.
Yeah, my thoughts are it's going to continue up. Do I want to make a call on it again?
NEM.
That's what he said. Snow. Looks like it wants to go. Oh, that's another thing. What?
XYL.
In a few months, it's going to be
PXD.
Christmas season already.
NEM. PXD. 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 PXD.
It's maybe thinking way in advance, but it is true. So trading changes around then. Investing changes around then too. So we have a good push. I think this is a good this might be a good push.
ACI. ACI.
You can get a good push out of it.
OMI.
Let's see where she wants to go.
FLGT. FLGT. FLGT.
Does it look like she wants to? Well,
PVG.
what if she comes down to here? I mean, that's a pretty big drop. Still kind of pushing up. Us on the daily.
FLGT.
Thinking it's hourly.
FLGT.
Yeah, well, the hourly might want to cool off a little bit.
ACI. ACI. FLGT. FLGT. FLGT.
Okay, so if the I honestly don't think it wants to sell off. It doesn't look weak here to me. I think this coming down here is a natural occurrence. Yes, we can look at Tesla
KNB.
and see. When she came down to this 50 exponential moving average,
ACI. ACI. ACI.
then she showed us right there, right? This is a similar look. Let's try this. Let's see what this is doing. See? It's a similar, not even really like a similar look. It looks bullish to me. 100% looks bullish to me.
FLGT, 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 FLGT.
Consumer retail.
FLGC,
Ah,
FLGC,
Still getting-
FLGC, FLGC,
still getting slammed, huh?
FLGC, FLGC.
Riding under its 200. And this other line that we had drew a few weeks back,
FLGT.
just riding on it.
Gap.
Give me what you want. Yeah, today feels like a slow day
FLGT, FLGT,
for
FLGT.
for up pushes. Okay, FTNT. Month out, there's no weeklies. This premium it could be. There's times where you know, as soon as you buy it
DOCN.
too, it just drops. I mean, a lot of times, as soon as you buy it, you're losing money already. So that's the nature of things.
DOCN.
Can you get to that certain point to where you actually can be
VXRT,
a
VXRT.
massive producer consistently? Yes.
DOCN, DOCN. VXRT.
Look at Square. Went up,
DOCN.
selling off.
DOCN.
So that's a good example of
Pru,
catching the run,
Pru,
having
Pru.
a lot of green in you know, if you took a position down here,
KNB.
having a lot of green and holding on, now your approach it's starting to eat into your profit guaranteed, even if you bought here.
Pru, Pru,
So
Pru, Pru. VEDL.
you know, it touched this red line. That's funny. We drew it. Where did we draw it? We drew it the other day.
Again. VET. PXJNPR.
Boom, it hit it.
PXP. JNPR.
Now, these people that had green are faced with a decision. Now, do I take less profit, or what do I do? Hold on for,
Check.
what if it washes down to
RDSA.
here? What if it completely just rejected
JNPR.
this 280 and comes down to 220?
RDSA.
What are you gonna do then? So you'll hold on for 5 more years? I mean, you could, and it could work out, but
PNR. PNR.
short term, yeah. If you're not trying to make a short term rip, well, I think the only reason why anyone would buy here is just to play earnings, right? So it's definitely on a short term bang, and now trickle.
GSM.
So they're just selling.
VXRT. JNPR.
Could another set of buyers step in and push this
GSM.
thing to? Yes, it can. Could it continue to sell off? Yes, it can. And could it come
JNPR.
down to 220? Yes, it can. Can it go to 325? Yes, it can. So, know those exist.
BJ. JNPR. JNPR. JNPR.
Different variables affect decision making. I'd say most of the people that bought that on the 30th are trying to play earnings. So they're all getting kind of taken out right here.
JNPR. VXRT. VXRT.
And when the supply frees up, then maybe they'll have some continuation to a 325 or something like that. That could be, the supply could get, you know. We're going to have a conference call on the 5th. You know, it can go all the way over here before it even ever comes towards here, or never come here at all. You know, this could be the actual top. It's an all-time high.
Snow. Snow. Snow.
Oh,
Snow. Snow. Snow.
there she goes.
Snow. Snow. JN.
Follow through.
Snow. 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 Snow.
Show me. Show it.
Snow.
Show it.
JNPR. Snow. JNPR. Snow.
Let's go.
Snow. Snow.
He called that a week ago.
FLGT.
Snow looks like it wants to go.
FLGT. FLGT.
What a guy.
JNPR. Aqua. Aqua. Aqua.
She's flowing.
JNPR. JNPR.
Came here.
TX.
Started creating some confusion here. Caught footing. Got some
PXD.
traction.
PXD.
Boom.
PXD. PXD.
Boom.
PXD.
Boom. Let's look at what the pricing is.
PXD. Fang. PXD. Fang.
14, 10,
Fang.
14,
Fang.
15.
PXD.
Yeah, a lot of it will be sitting around when you just have to manage at that point. Yeah, you got to manage the positions at that point.
PXD.
So then you have to be choosy about, you know, if you want to just keep throwing out and keep throwing out more and more and opening up more positions. That's definitely, you have to be choosy. You have to, yeah. Can't just jump on anything that runs. You have to be picky in the sense of entry points and buying. You have to have standards.
Hope. Hope.
You have to develop those standards previously.
DOCN. DOCN. DOCN.
Or was it
Fang. Fang.
$3?
Fang. Dell. Fang. Dell. Dell. Hope. Fang. Dell. Poor. Hope. Dell. DOCN.
3.
DOCN. KNX. SPHD.
Yeah.
SXC.
Potential.
SXC. Poor. Dell. DOCN. Dell. Dell.
72.
PVH.
270.
RPV. Cost. Dell. Dell. PXD. DOCN.
It's also potential there.
DOCN. CI. DOCN. 2.
Look at this size.
KNX.
Whoa.
Dell. MTZ.
What's that all about?
PVH. PVH. KNX. MTZ. PVH.
Ooh. kind of
MTZ.
added.
MTZ 2.
I don't know about that.
Del MTZ. KR MTZ. Gush.
Could just level out here
Gush.
and just
Del.
pinball, like within a pinball kind of range before it decides where it wants to go.
Zim.
You will be able to feel something.
Del.
You'll be able to
KR.
feel it out when you're when you can feel, oh my goodness, this thing
KR.
is just on
Gush.
fire.
KR.
You know,
Gush.
the candles are gonna go. Never gonna come down to the 50 or even break the 50. Just keep going up and up and up and up.
DOCN.
Has to be significant.
Del.
You know, all things have to match up.
CRSR. 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 CRSR.
All things have to match up.
CRSR. CRSR.
You just load up and take a nice swing, and you're just gonna feel it just flying.
IR. CRSR.
Then you can go on the hourly. I'm messing around.
CRSR.
Sorry.
CRSR. CRSR. CRSR.
Okay, so
CRSR. GXO. 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 GXO.
snow is looking
CRSR.
beautiful right now.
CRSR. 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 CRSR.
Some
CRSR.
elegance.
CRSR. CRSR. CRSR.
Trying to be
CRSR.
elegant.
CRSR. CRSR.
All the noise about.
VST.
La. Blah.
VST.
Might go on a little bit. Might try to reclaim this low ticker and could bounce. I mean, it could end up lower. It has to have a reason. Corsair. What's AMD doing? High riding. Still coasting above its 50.
GRMN. 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 GRMN.
This is what I think. It might give a little bit of a ride. I mean, if you're in from 26, yeah, it might give you a little bit of a ride, but when do you get off the ride? You have to
VSC.
decide. You have to make that call in advance.
SFM. SFM.
Once you see the first sign of digression, you have to get out and take your rake. And I mean, if you want to continue to play, like you know, if you don't think that the digression is going to continue, you can re-enter. You make your rake, yeah. Well, that's
SFM.
for short-term trading. So long-term is different.
MDIA. 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 MDIA.
Could make its way past.
MDIA.
See if it gets
MDIA.
crowded though. That's not good.
MDIA, 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 MDIA.
If the intention is to sell where all the big money just wants to sell, and it gets crowded, they're gonna sell. And it's gonna flush. So I mean, that just looks like a dead cat bounce to me right now. Unless there's something that's gonna push it over the top. If it gets too crowded on the short side to where people are just trying to short it, oh, it's not gonna. It might just fly up. Don't underestimate the algorithms. The algos will dominate. They dominate the game. So just know that.
RPM.
Sounds like a slow day. Ooh. A nasty candle. And it was just running this morning. Run, slammed. Look at it. Nasty. FTNT is on a slow but steady kind of pace. Fortnite? Fortnite?
CRSR, FXN, CRSR.
She goes. She's coming out again.
Rail. VXRT, VXRT, VXRT. VXRT, VXRT.
Yeah.
VXRT. VXRT.
Let's go. UPST 2 running this morning and slammed.
SWBI. 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 SWBI.
Yep. Look. Top tick this. 139.41. Top to bottom trading at its finest. Look at it. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Down here.
CODX. 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 CODX.
125.
Fang. RDSA. RDSA. Fang. 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 MMP. MMP. MMP.
Yeah. No.
Cobb. VXRT. PXD. VXRT.
Everything's just sitting around.
VXRT. CODX. UUP.
What a shake move though. Here to here.
VXRT. VXRT. VXRT.
Just handled this thing. Look, 9 to. Oh my goodness.
PXD. 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 MMP. MMP, 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 PVG, PXD.
This is not too far away.
DBY.
What are those 675s talking about now? Not too much.
PXD,
Still kind of just sitting around too.
PVG, UAA, UAA, UAA,
Ba-doom, 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 boom. Ba-doom, 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 boom. Ba-doom, ba-doom,
UAA,
ba-doom,
ORAA,
boom.
UAA, UAA, MTZ, MT, MT,
What is Under Armour doing?
CNX, RDSB, CNX, FLGT, FLGT,
Earnings, blah, blah, blah,
RDSB,
blah, 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 blah.
CNX, MT, CENX,
Blah, 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 blah.
URI, PTEN, KR, MUFG, MT, FLMTZ, BP, BP,
Blah, blah, blah,
RDSB,
blah.
KR,
24. 25. $0.50 increments. That's because it's like $1.40 proof. But it's what's priced in is pretty much what it max. It's max priced in basically. So these are all
CPE, Oxy, VXRT, PXRT, PXD, VXRT, UUP, VXRT,
might be a runner. But it might just be looking for buyers.
CPE, ERX, XLE, CRCT, VXRT, 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 CPE, TS,
It's the whole retail thing, and plus the, what was it, earnings?
TS,
50 cents to 52
URI.
cents prior guidance. 28 cents. 30 cents.
URI,
Full year EPS of
XM,
sales of 1.8 billion. 1.983 billion. A year ago.
CDE, CDE,
Earnings per share 28. Yeah.
VXRT, VXRT, SC,
Look at this.
ERYP, Vale, ANF,
Look right here, $1.45, and you can only
ERYP, 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 HCA, DOCN, 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 VXRT, 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 MOS, VET, VET, VXRT. WAP, 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 VET. WAP, 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 MWA, CPRT, CERN, CPRT, 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 CP, CPRT, 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 CERN, CERN, CPRT, 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 CPRT. Yeti. CRSR. Yeti. BNR.
Was that Libra?
KR. Yeti. CRSR. Use. Yeti. 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 CRSR. Yeti. Yeti. Yuko. Yeti. Yeti. CFG. HBAN. UDOW. CRI. Check. DVY. Check. VXRT. FNB. FNB.
200,000 volume.
C. C. MT. FNB. C. C. Check. Check. MT. VXRT. DOCN.
Look at Disney.
DOCN.
Come on. That's a great example of crowded.
ANF.
How many people just
ANF.
love to buy.
FFIV. VXRT. FFIV. MOS. MOS. MOS.
So they're clearing out the
FFIV.
supply right now.
VXRT. VXRT. ANF. MOS. MOS. ANF. HP. HP. SNV.
Dividends.
BKU.
Eats it.
ANF. KRE. KRE. AMD. AMD. KRE.
There it is.
KRE. AMD. AMD.
On the move.
KRE.
Was that 115 or
ONB.
something?
KRE.
What was that yesterday?
ONB. KRE. VET. KRE. KRE. CLR.
I don't know. That's
VXRT.
like chop.
VXRT. Yeti. Yeti.
Chop, chop, chop.
VXRT.
Chop, 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 chop. Yeah, it could be the high right there, but it's an
ONB.
important level right
KRE.
here.
VXRT. KRE. KRE.
There's a sleeper though.
LBRDK.
There's a sleeper.
VLY.
He's moving too.
KRE. VLY. KRE. KLY. KBWB. AMD.
By the end of the day,
KRE.
she's gonna be moving
CLR.
fast, in my
CLR.
opinion.
KRE. KBWB.
We'll talk about it later after she runs, because that you know
KRE. KRE.
you got to develop the skill
WBI.
before you can just jump in anywhere. You know.
CLR. GPRO. NWBI.
Yeah. Well, like 20 winners in a
GPRO.
row. They don't come for free, right? From my perspective,
U. GPRO. Neo. 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 UDOW.
it's all about engagement and actually getting the
ONB.
message across to teach.
IT.
That's all. That's the most important thing.
IT. 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 IT.
Slowly, still going. FTNT, huh? Check you
SFM.
out.
SFM.
Check her out.
IT.
Do your thing. Keep going.
VMW. VMW.
So slow though, huh? Well,
IT.
home market is kind of
NSC,
slow and
NSC,
mostly selling off.
NSC, NSC. SFM. IWD. SFM. NSC.
So all those runners in the morning that brought buyers in and then sold off,
CODX.
they might,
CODX.
recover. Will they keep going to the higher highs,
LSCC.
or will they
IT,
continue on
IT,
to keep going
IT,
to lower lows?
IT.
Know the flow.
IT.
It's very slow right now. Gotta sit back and
PCAR. PCAR.
just watch it.
PCAR. 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 CODX.
Can't always hit Mach 1.
ERF.
Yeah.
CODX. CODX. AVIR. CODX. AVIR. CODX. PCAR.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Yell. Yell. FLGT. FLGT.
Alright.
FLGT.
Be back. I'll be right back.
FLGT. FLGT. SLCA. FLGT. 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 PCAR. FLGT. Aqua. VSTO. 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 AVIR. FLGT. 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 VSTO. ERF. VSTO. VLY. FLGT. PVH. VSTO. PVH. PVH. VLY. PVH. PVH. UAA. UAA. CRSR. 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 VLY. PVH. CRSR. 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 GPRO. IHRT. CRSR. MPC. 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 BP. MPC. VTV. HBAN. MPC. BP. U. MPC. OVV. VLY. VET. LXP. FENY, GMPC, GE, Eric, HOMB, OVV, GAMLP, Eric, HOMB, HOMB, FLGT, PSCE, FLGT, OVV, 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 OVV FLGT 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 SLCA Very VLYHOMB FLGT Very STLD STLD PXD PXD FLGT SLCA FLGT PXD 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 FLGT ISBC FLGT ISBC PXD Aqua 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 UAA 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 LBRDK UAA Avir Avir UAA ETRN FLGT Aqua FLGT 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 Ku FLGT ETRN FLGT 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 CRIGT
Line off the handle, huh?
FLGT UAJPM RTJPM GIX
Breaking out.
ETRN FVD DIA SSO SPXL IVV SPY SPLG SPY SPXL IVV UAA SPLG ODSL SPY SSO VU SPY SSO IVV JNKV DGRO DGFV BGSPHQ DIA MU SPY SPXL UDOW UAA SPY DGRO IVV DSL SPY UDOW ASL AMDRO ASDI SPLGXL SSO IVV SPY UPRO BGSSO
He's going.
IR Alto CU UPRR SSO SSO NKE SSO UPR SSO IVV SSO IVV DGRO
Speeding up. Everything is speeding up.
SSO CRI IVE IWD VYM DIA 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 IWD EMR
So all the things that were running in the morning, what are they doing? Still coming down. Still coming down. Are they trying to catch themselves? Are they gonna bounce? Is the SPY and the NASDAQ just trying, just doing a bounce for a head lower? But everything sounds like it's speeding up, so everything feels like it's speeding up. Feels good when the turbo kicks in. Yep. Feels bad when it's slow. Well, depends on where you're placed too. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna get off here, and what we're gonna do is maybe we'll come back on and discuss the one that we were saying is gonna continue. We'll see how it does. We'll put that out later. As far as the education, we might have another segment tonight. So yeah. Enjoy your day. Be safe, everyone. Hope you have a good one. Take care. Take care of all the people around you. Remember that. Stay positive. Do positive things. Take care.